Okay, we have set ourselves up on a descent into North Platte, Nebraska. It's IFR there today, 1,000-foot ceiling. And we've loaded...
United 1936, contact Denver Center 134.12.
We've loaded the LPV approach, so GPS to runway 12 with procedure turn. We'll go ahead and fly the procedure turn given our alignment coming in. On the PFD, we've got synthetic vision up with the velocity vector. We've got the moving map with the approach overlaid. On the Avidyne IFD 550, we've loaded the approach in the FMS. I'm using the lower radio since they're synced. I'm using the lower radio to track.
781 Charlie Papa, I show you 2 miles from Akan. Cleared RNAV 12 approach to North Platte Airport.
Okay, copy that. Cleared the RNAV 12 approach. We're going to fly the full procedure turn for alignment, if that's okay. 81 Charlie Papa.
November 1 Charlie Papa, roger.
Okay, so we cleared the approach. I use the FMS display on the lower radio and the map display on the upper radio to enable monitoring of the approach. When we get in a little closer, I'll go ahead and put the approach plate on the MFD, so we'll have the aircraft on the moving map. For the moment, I have the approach plate on my iPad, which is also linked by Wi-Fi to the Avidyne 550.
Envoy 4032.
So we're en route in the descent, and we'll pick the video up when we get turned into the procedure turn for the approach. Okay, we've entered the weather and we're approaching the fix. I've put the approach plate up on the MFD. And on the IFD 550, it's given us a message expecting a teardrop entry. We'll clear that. We're in terminal mode on the approach. We have armed the approach, and we've just switched to approach mode in the autopilot. We're still terminal mode until we cross the fix here on the 550. You can see that indicated here. We're about to make that turn to enter the procedure turn outbound. And you can see on the FMS below that will sequence. And it's asking if we want to exit the hold at the fix. And the answer is yes. And you can see it's sequenced on the FMS to show that we are now entering the holding, and we're going to level off at 4900. The autopilot is in capture mode to level off at the holding fix altitude. So we're turning outbound in the procedure turn. Okay, we've just left the holding fix inbound to the final approach fix, exiting the hold after the procedure turn. And on the autopilot we have glide slope is armed for the LPV. We're 4 miles from FIGDO, which is the final approach fix, and we've enabled autopilot outputs as required. See, we're about 1 minute and 15 seconds from the final approach fix. And we're waiting for our glide slope to start down here. At which point we'll go ahead and configure. Start slowing just a little bit. Get about 400 on the torque. That way when we put the gear and flaps out, we'll get right down to final approach speed without having to do much with the power. I'm going to go ahead and put out a notch of flaps. It'll help slow us down. Here comes the glide path. At which point the glide slope arm will shift over to glide slope capture, and we'll just go right in on the autopilot on the LPV.
Cross Hayes at or above 5,000, clear the ILS runway 12 into Macoke Boutique 762.
If we wanted to, if we lost the PFD, we could, one button push puts us on a SynViz, internal AHRS. We can fly attitude, glide path, course line, all the way down as necessary with a PFD failure over here on the main panel. Here comes our glide path. There's a chime that we're about to hit. We're showing 9 seconds until we get to that point. We'll go ahead and acknowledge that, go back to map. We'll go ahead and lower our gear as we hit the glide path. We're 125 and slow.
731 out of 347360.
And we have all 3 gear indicating down. We're on the glide path and tracking down. We'll go ahead and set the missed approach altitude now. which is 4,700
leaving
feet.
altitude.
And we're all set on the approach.
94,
Okay, on the approach, 2980 is our minimums. That's 200 foot above the runway for an LPV. We're starting to come out of the weather. Take a view out the front. You see we're still in the clouds, but we're going to break out here shortly. Got 110 knots. Got another notch of flaps to go before we land. Everything falling just like on the rails here with the autopilot tracking the LPV glide slope. And we got our regular display over here. And again, anytime we lose the PFD, we continue to fly the ILS right over here. And we're breaking out now, so we'll go ahead and end the film.